Hello there, Leo, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are going to be doing your weekly reading for the week of September 21st through the 28th. We'll first take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for some more details. I have changed the format, just trying it out this week so that you can see more of the cards and less of me or my face. So I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below about, if you are connecting more with the reading by being able to see the cards better, or do you like it when, I have more eye contact with you? So let me know what you think. And if you are resonating with this message or enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. We're going to start with the Sacred Soul Travelers Oracle cards. Let's see what we have here. Watching clouds, lie back, rest and relax. That's a nice energy. So Leo, we just left Virgo season. We're definitely into Libra season now. We have a full moon coming up this week. We also had the autumn equinox. It's kind of this energy. The Virgo energy is really difficult. And if you had a difficult time, especially the last couple of weeks, it's about releasing and letting go of things from the past. And it's kind of like now you've kind of done the hard work. And this is definitely kind of, okay, it's time to just relax and almost like recoup and reflect. Because when we do let go of people, places, situations, relationships, it can be very emotionally difficult. And so you may be needing just some time to, be by yourself and just kind of relax. Yeah, endless possibilities. So this is nice. It means that there's a lot of new things coming up on the horizon. So as we let go of the old, then we have room for the new. And it's kind of like, I'm getting the sense, Leo, that since you have this card, sometimes there's this, what we call the void, between when we've let go of some old people, situations, relationships, whatever, and are now stepping into more of a new path. You've let go of old things, but you kind of go through this period of time between the old you and the new you, or the old path and the new path. And it's just this, okay, what am I doing? Like the new hasn't yet come in. And sometimes it's because of the divine timing, like the new things that are about to come onto your path. Just, they're not ready yet. They need a little bit more time. And so Spirit's just saying, hey, just relax. You don't have to worry about actually doing anything right now. It's they have the possibilities. They're coming your way, but it's a sense of, just relax, because you're going to need your energy. It's also about, regaining your energy so that you have the energy to take advantage of these new possibilities that are coming your way. Yeah, oh my gosh. Between worlds. Yeah, so you're just in between, this gray world is your old world, and you're stepping into this new colorful path. And it's like you're just stuck in the middle. You're just stuck in the middle. Just exactly what I was saying. So it's fine. It's like sometimes it can be very, I get really anxious, like when I'm in that void. It's kind of like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to just be sitting here waiting. It's like, that's not my personality. But sometimes you just need to. And the other thing is that it is about regaining your strength after, letting go of some situations or people or things. It's about regaining your strength so that you do have the energy, the motivation, the passion to move forward. Okay, we're going to first take a look at your present energy with the tarot. Then we'll look at any obstacles or areas of resistance, advice from Spirit, and then the outcome if you take the advice. But Leo, you have free will, so you can choose to do whatever it is that you want. 3 of Cups. This is your present energy. Leo, you are really celebrating. So, you're kind of like, yeah, I'm celebrating. I let go of a lot of old stuff, and now I'm just gonna sit back and celebrate. It's a nice energy. I feel like you're really kind of embracing this void. Okay, so we'll see what else is coming up. So what is your area of resistance or your obstacle this week? Ace of Wands. Yeah, you want that new beginning. The Ace of Wands is that burst of inspiration or that new idea. It can even be the start of a new relationship. You are just ready. It's kind of like, I think, with this card here in the present, it's like you are really happy with what you let go of. It's like there's not any pain in it at all. I'm not saying that it wasn't painful to say goodbye to some people or situations, but it's kind of like, you're kind of like embracing it. It was like, yeah, it was time. I needed to do that. And now you're kind of like, okay, but wait a minute. I let that go, but where's my new start? So let's see what we have here for your advice. Ten of Swords. Aries had a similar message to this. It's about actually taking time to take one more reflective look at what you've put an end to. This is a painful ending. So it could be that you're like, yeah, I got out of that relationship or a situation. And you may be putting on this like super happy face or something, but there's something, this is why, this energy right here is about quieting your mind and allowing perhaps some feelings to come up about this ending, or just to embrace the ending and look at the lessons that you've learned from the situation, what it is going to allow you to do in the future. But it's really about just kind of embracing your emotions about what you have let go. And just to realize that that is part of the cycle. One of the things that we sometimes are not very good at, and this is like humans in general, is that we end one situation or one chapter of our life, or we finish that big project, and we may, literally go out and have a celebration. Like say at work, you finally finish that big project and you go out with your team and, maybe you go out to dinner, you have drinks or whatever, or maybe even a party, pop champagne, whatever. And it's kind of like you have that little celebration, and that's great. And that's, we do need to celebrate what we've done. But then at some point after, you get the initial celebration out, there also needs to be kind of like a recap of what occurred over the time of the project. What worked well, what didn't work well, what would we have changed? It's taking the time. It's about stopping and reflecting. Because if we don't, then what happens is we go into the next relationship or the next project, and we haven't actually taken the time to kind of, do the debriefing, if you will, of the last project or the last relationship or the last job. And I think Spirit is really letting you know that you do need to, before you can step into this new world, they're giving you this time. This is like on your path. You're getting this specific time to relax and recoup, because there's something that you need to realize about that ending or that relationship or that situation. Okay, and then you can move forward. And the Knight of Swords is like the fastest moving knight in the deck, and it's with a lot of determination. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's just something. We're going to go and clarify these and see if we can get it. Yeah, because here we have the Three of Swords on the bottom. So Leo, it's about just, embracing the feelings that you may have about an ending. It's about recognizing just how painful that ending or that relationship or that situation was. It's embracing it. It's recognizing it. It's giving it, it's giving it its time, if you will. And allowing those feelings, allowing those feelings to come up. I'm going to, because you're at this fork in the road. I mean, I think those cards drop because they dropped like that. It's about recognizing that this is a fork in the road. You can either stay in this pain and pretend, put on a happy face and pretend that it doesn't really hurt, or you can actually embrace those feelings and take a look at why that situation was so painful so that you can move on in just a really much lighter energy. Look at this. This is like a very light energy, right? It's like, just laying here in my hammock, watching the clouds go by. No worries. Okay, so let's clarify these. When we have the Three of Cups, and the Emperor on the bottom. Very interesting. Okay, Leo. We have some Wands energy here. But look at this. We have a King of Pentacles and a King of Wands and the Two of Cups. For some of you, this could really mean a third party. Like somebody was celebrating. And it could have been that this is the difficult energy. You may not have known that you were in a third party. You may have thought there was just the two of you. For some of you, you may be celebrating your freedom from, an ending in a past relationship and have two people that you're choosing, But there's definitely a sense that there's three people in a situation. And with the Emperor, there's somebody here that's also trying to control the situation. And the Emperor to me is a little bit of a manipulative energy. I also think that it's kind of interesting because we have a lot of, divine masculine energy here. It's not necessarily the gender, the male gender, but masculine energy here. Very interesting. What's underneath that? We have the Seven of Pentacles. You put a lot of time and effort into this. There could be an apology, but you're just like not sure what to do. You're very confused about how to move forward in this situation. Okay, so, let's go to this Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, we have the Hanged Man, the Ace of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Chariot. This is a sense of victory, of moving forward. I think for a lot of you, you're wanting a fresh start, perhaps with somebody. You're wanting a fresh start. With the Ace of Pentacles, another sense of a fresh start. But there's a lot of waiting. Both of these cards are about waiting. Your obstacle is that you want a fresh start, either with somebody from the past, or if you've really put an end to it and you're really stepping into your new world, it's kind of like, where is my fresh start? Why am I having to wait so long? And I really get a sense that you are kind of like waiting for this fresh start to start. So the problem is that sometimes when we're in that energy, we just kind of keep thinking about the old, right? Because it's kind of like you just keep revisiting it because there's nothing new to kind of like take its place. Okay, so with the lots of kings on the board. Chariot again. Move forward quickly. Okay, with the Ten of Swords, this is a difficult ending. This is in your advice position. It's recognizing that it is a difficult ending and getting clarity about it. Both of these cards, the Ace of Swords and and the King of Swords. It's about truce, clarity, vision about what this situation from the past was. And I think, Leo, that for a lot of you, you're getting that truth or that clarity that you were in a third-party situation and you may not have known it. Or maybe you knew it, but it's kind of like you've come to the decision where it's like, yeah, I have to put an end to this. I have to move forward. I really feel like you are wanting to move forward. It's just kind of like the sense that it's difficult. Because you're waiting for something. You're waiting for the situation to change, or you're waiting for something new to come onto your path. Yeah, it's okay. So they asked me to look here at the bottom. So you have this painful situation, this heartbreak, this disappointment that this is not working out the way that you thought. The way to move forward is the Queen of Cups, to love yourself, to put yourself first, to realize that this person, whether it was a romantic connection or an employer or a family member, they didn't put you first. Kings kind of put themselves first. The Emperor definitely does, right? And by loving yourself, you're going to step into this new world. Like, I really think that this is the lesson you have to embrace. Like, you have to embrace your independence. It's almost like you have to say to yourself and to the universe and to everybody around you, I am stepping onto my new path. And I'm going forward and I'm doing this with determination. And then actually stepping onto it. And putting, it's kind of like the flamingo here has their back, if you will, to the past. It's not looking back. The flamingo doesn't have its head turned looking at the past. It's only looking forward. And I think that that's the true advice that you're getting from Spirit here. It's about just look forward. It's almost like take one step every single day, right? Just put one foot in front of the other. Put one, the flamingo is taking one step at a time. You don't have to worry about flying. You don't have to use your wings. You just have to take one step at a time and totally walk out of this old world, this old relationship, this old situation. Just walk away from it. It's, and I'm not going to say it's easy, because it isn't. But it's, in the moments when you're watching the clouds, you're going to realize I get a sense of how unjust this situation was. And you may not have realized about, what was going on. You get the clarity about it, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a tower moment. It's kind of like, I have got to move forward. I have to move out of this situation, this relationship, this energy. Yeah, Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, again, the Fool, the Magician. Yeah, you're manifesting your new life. You're manifesting, yeah, look at this. Okay, you're manifesting walking away. You're getting the clarity about where you need to go so that you can heal all this anxiety. I think this situation has brought you a lot of anxiety, Leo. And you're moving towards something that is going to be long-term. I think you may have felt like this situation or this relationship was long-term, and that is what's making it so painful, because you have the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, two very difficult energies. So moving forward, once you get clarity, once you really, I think the advice here is about getting really real with yourself about this situation. just how painful it was. Perhaps, the betrayal, or, just the secrets, what was going on in this situation, getting really clear, and then saying, okay, I'm going to go in my own direction. The Knight of Swords is very determined, moving forward very quickly. And look at all of this. You leave behind. This situation is kind of giving you doubts about yourself, doubts about your choices, doubts about, will I ever love again? Will I ever have a job I love again? Will I, just doubting everything. And as you move forward, guess what? Stepping into, here's the Queen of Cups energy again, loving yourself, putting yourself first, saying, I am not. Here's my lesson that I've learned from this. I am never giving up my power to somebody else, because you have 3 kings plus the emperor showing up on the board, right? I have a feeling that for some of you, you gave away your power to other people, whether it's romantic partners or bosses or whatever. You gave away your power. And gender doesn't matter. It's just that energy of giving away your power. And once the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, very loving, puts herself first, is very loving to others, but also is very good about choosing, who gets the love. Very generous, but at the same time, very, very choosy, picky about who gets it. Controls the love, controls who gets her love. And when you step into this, it's like you step onto this brand new path. You step into this new world. It's about just, like, this whole situation came onto your path, Leo, because you may have needed to learn the lesson about how to love yourself, about putting yourself first, and not giving too much of yourself away. And then look at this. You step into the new path that brings so much new joy and abundance your way. It's almost like freeing. I get this sense of, the possibilities really are endless for you. Once you allow yourself to step into your own power and to recognize just how precious you are, and not allowing other people to kind of like take your power from you. Okay, here's your Lover's Oracle card. I'm sorry, this is your Creativity Oracle card. Collaboration. Creative people can be inspired by sharing and stimulating creativity in others. For some of you, I think, you allowed others to kind of guide, we'll say, what you create, or who, who you're with, your relationships. Instead of saying, hey, you know what? I know what I have. I know my creative abilities. I know my special gifts and talents. I have so much light, and I'm going to share that with the world in the way that I think is best for me. I almost get a sense that, you were kind of, this won't resonate with everybody, but, if you were almost like on a track to be, I want to say, like, almost like famous. And it's kind of like you had a lot of managers or people managing, your direction. And it's kind of like, it's almost like you lost your passion for what you are really good at. So say you were really good at singing, and you were on some path to perhaps become a singing star, right? And then you started getting all of these people in your life that were kind of like controlling your singing career, managers, voice coaches, I don't know, accountants, whatever. And they started controlling your career, and then all of a sudden you lost your passion. It was like, oh my goodness, I'm very creative in this area. I have all this talent and everything, and now you're just turning it into a business. You know, you have me working day and night. I'm singing every single night of the week, and I really need, you know, my voice is going, or whatever it was. I feel like for some of you, you feel like you've been controlled by the people that are around you, and not, you know, they may have actually been family members or something that really did love you and were trying to help you to, you know, accomplish a goal that you thought you wanted, but it's kind of like you almost lost yourself, or you were in a romantic connection where you, maybe the person you were with was very powerful and you kind of lost yourself, you know, trying to fit into their life or something. It's definitely a message of regaining who you really are, your passions, your, you know, you're realigning yourself with your gifts and your talents and what really makes you kind of tick. So here, this is your Lovers. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And I think that, you know, that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning, is that sometimes you have to allow these feelings to bubble up. This was a difficult situation, but you have to allow these feelings to really be released. And it's not just one time, you know, every single time that these feelings come up, it's kind of like an onion being peeled away. You know, every single time, and, you know, I can say this for myself, like every time past events, the pain of past events, of things that have happened in the past come up, it's easier each time when I take off that blindfold and really look at it and recognize. All you have to do is recognize your feelings about it and accept them. Give them a hug. Say thank you. And then allow them, you know, cry it out or whatever it is that you need to do. And then get up and move on. You don't have to wallow in it. But every time those feelings come up, it'll be a little bit easier. But if you just stuff them down, if you just pretend that wasn't painful, right? Or if you just like, you know, putting on the happy face, then what happens at some point is that you get that tower moment where these feelings are just like, okay, you got to look at it now. And part of that is just forgiving, you know, forgiving the person or persons that were involved in this situation. It doesn't mean that you're condoning their actions. It's just forgiving the situation and allowing it to be released. And also in that, I always feel like you also have to forgive yourself for putting yourself in that situation or the choices. Everything is on your path for a reason. So you do not have to feel any guilt or shame for anything that has happened. It's about just taking a look at the lessons that you've learned from it and moving on. Forgiving yourself, being compassionate to yourself. You did the best that you could. And, you know, we have the Seven of Pentacles showing up. So you put a lot of time and energy into this. And it's about allowing yourself to, you know, move on from the situation. Because you are about to step into a colorful new world. Well, Leo, I am going to leave it there. I do wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And once again, if you've resonated with this message or enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. And also, I'd love to hear your comments about the new format. What did you think about it? And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.